You're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops presented by Kay Jewelers. And this is the SEC on ESPN. The doors to Bud Walton Arena opened in 1993. And as if this crowd were waiting for the non-conference season to end, they have filled the place for a showdown between number 19 Tennessee and their hometown Hogs, both coming in with records of 10-3. Legendary coaches. Calipari, a Hall of Famer. Barnes, soon to be. And look where they stand on the career wins list, separated by just one. And an amazing opportunity for Calipari here at home to even that number up. Jimmy Dykes, Carl Ravitch, Happy New Year. What an atmosphere we have here. And what a wide open SEC we have this season. This is different.
Yeah, no doubt. But first of all, some games just feel bigger than others. This is one of them, an hour before tip. Man, this building has been hot. The only game in college basketball on this Saturday, Ravi, where both teams are ranked in the top 25. And to your point, the SEC is wide open. If you're going to finish at the top, you got to win on your home floor. It's a tall, tough task for Tennessee in this building today.
Tall guys may determine this. The battle on the glass is going to be critical, but let's talk point guards, Jimmy.
Well, Jacoby Gillespie for Tennessee has been terrific out of the portal for Rick Barnes. Top 5 in the SEC in non-conference, Ravi, in both points and assists. If you're going to win on the road in this league, your guard play has to be spot on. And for Arkansas, Darius Acuff is now in that long list of great guards under Coach Cal. This is a kid that is the front runner for SEC Freshman of the Year. I'm not so sure he won't be the SEC Player of the Year. He is that good. Darius Acuff can do it all, man. A downhill driving force with a floater game and the three-point shot as well. Gillespie and Acuff are both hard to guard.
One's a senior, one's a freshman, and both lead their teams. But again, focus on the glass, the X factors. The ability for Tennessee to offensive rebound, they do that as well as anybody. And for Arkansas to prevent them from doing that and try to get out in the run game on offense. Tip controlled by the team in orange, those the Volunteers, and that's Gillespie with the ball. Wagner got a hand on it. Akpara's been banged up, but obviously he's on the floor. It was a hip bruise. Gillespie in the paint, and that one is taken right away. Kevin Brazil has been a revelation with his consistency early this season. Keep an eye on number 7 in white.
If you're Tennessee, you have to keep Arkansas in a half-court game today.
10 on the shot clock. Acuff, mismatch. Akpara was on him. That's no good.
You will see Tennessee switch 1 through 5. Rick Barnes has confidence that Akpara can stay in front of those Arkansas guards.
Good cut down low. Denied there. Good block as Wagner got back.
Well, great recovery defense by Arkansas, their first 2 possessions.
There's Brazil, his first 3. Around and out. And a collision there between Pringle and down on the ground. He may have gotten banged in the head. Was Boswell.
Right, there's a couple of big keys for Arkansas in this game. One of them is to rebound the basketball. You're up against Tennessee, who is the best offensive rebounding team in the country. And John Calipari told his guys yesterday and this morning, this game is about our will and our fight ability when that ball's on the glass.
They've talked a lot about their out-of-bounds plays.
Give it back to Acuff.
He does have Akpara on him. Carter Knox for a shot. No good. 0 for 3 to start and a rebound to the Volunteers. This is their highest recruited, rated guy ever. Amen, who threw it to the corner. 3, Boswell.
Well, Boswell is percentage-wise Tennessee's best three-point shooter, only his 10th three-point make of this season, but a great job of reversing that basketball from 1/3 to the far third.
Shoots over 56%. Another one missed. Tennessee gonna try to run. Gillespie. Oh, wow. He was able to make it. No foul on Knox.
What a tough finish. Gillespie is so good at taking a hit and finishing for a small guard.
Arkansas 0 for 4. Brazil, ball fake, got Akpara in the air. Took it inside, denied. And that was Okpara, who Rick Barnes declared, we believe, may be the best defender in the country.
Well, I would agree, and certainly around the rim. That is Okpara's 226th block shot in his college career. And that's the ability of Gillespie to turn his body and finish plays in traffic.
Brazil was hit. Foul on Dwayne Brown. Came in when Cade Phillips went out. You see Phillips here after his surgery. He says the pain is behind him, but Brown has been inserted into the starting lineup, 6 in orange.
It is a take the paint away game for Tennessee.
Not a good pass. And amen. And Acuff will let him breeze to the bucket.
Man, what a start for the Volunteers. Forces Cal to call a timeout. Tennessee locking down defensively, one of the top 10 defensive teams in the country again this year under Rick Barnes. Flexing early. Ravi, Tennessee's not what they were defensively a year ago, where they're the 3rd best in the country, but they're still top 10, and they do it with great ball pressure, guarding their yard, and they have tremendous length. This time it's Ament with the deflection, the rip and run. And Rick Barnes, as a hard-nosed coach, guards you tough, and he hammers that ball inside on the offensive end.
So what does Calipari do out of a timeout to try to get this offense on track? They're 0 for their first 5. Figured Acuff would be a figure in that, and he is.
He is so good. That floater game for Acuff, he finishes, Ravi, about at a 60% rate, and that's a tough shot for a 6'2 guard.
So they've broken the seal, 7-2 now.
Well, what did he do out of the timeout? He went to his playmaker, Acuff.
Alley-oop there from Boswell to Okpara.
You see that 3 or 4 times a game from Tennessee. They go empty corner with Okpara setting the ball screen, and just an easy rim run for a 7-footer.
Tennessee may be peaking at the right time pre-conference play. They won by 21, 42, and 51 their last 3 games. And Acuff's got 4.
Well, there's your answer for Arkansas offensively. Just trusting your best playmaker to make a play. Acuff rejects the ball screen and gets it to pull up 15-footer with ease.
Deflection by Knox and some substitutions coming in. Big body Jalen Carey and the 7-footer J.P. Estrella for Tennessee. Okpara and Brown Jr. get a break.
Reb, it's so important for Arkansas to get deflections and steals and turnovers in this game, and Tennessee will give it to you. They are number 220 in the nation with an 18% turnover rate, talking about the Volunteers.
Right.
They can't have that high of number today in this building.
Ari Abram has the ball now just into the game. Ball fake got Wagner in the air. And right off the bench, he fires a shot that misses.
Probably should have taken the open 3.
Wagner has been shooting much better lately. Acuff's got the open one. He's got all 7.
Man, Arkansas had to fight, though, to get a paint touch, but once they did, Acuff just fills from behind.
Carey blocked from behind. Who was it? Acuff. Here he comes, a chance to tie or put him ahead. Oh, Brazil rising and flushing.
Well, since the timeout, Darius Acuff is showing you why he's considered one of the top guards in all of college basketball. Doing it all offensively. The paint touch sets up the 3. If you can't guard the ball, you can't guard the 3 against Arkansas. But Darius Acuff with a miss. Trevin Brazil with a big-time jackhammer offensive rebound.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Kay, the official partner of couples who love the game. These two love the game. They're not exactly a couple, but they've been doing this since the late 80s. Of course, Calipari got his start in 88 with UMass, and Rick Barnes in 1987 with George Mason. The numbers are very, very similar, with the exception of the Final Fours and a title.
Well, Calipari in the Hall of Fame. Rick Barnes will be in the next Hall of Fame class, I believe. And Both these guys have adapted to the game, but one thing is consistent with them. They are tremendous at relationship building with young people, to the point that Calipari right now, Alex Poitras, former Kentucky player, and Brian Long on the national championship team in the building today. Just the relationship and the trust and the belief that they have in their former players is exceptional stuff.
Nate Ament gets pinned down there in the baseline, and man, after that timeout, Acuff took over, and Arkansas's got themselves in a 9-9 ball game.
Short clock. Tennessee's got to know it.
That's a takeaway for Brazil.
You allow Arkansas to get into their transition game. It can be a slow transition with their drags.
Brazil right by his man, Estrella, and there will be a foul. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That last offensive rebound, Estrella was there almost waiting for the ball to come down, and Brazil skied over him to get it and dunk it.
Well, Trevin Brazil has grown by leaps and bounds under Coach Cal. The one guy that chose to stay when the coaching change went from Eric Musselman to John Calipari is Seven in White. And he has Boston, and Cal has just filled this young man with a ton of confidence, holds him accountable, and look at the numbers that back it up in his improvement.
Yeah, and the coaches will tell you this is a different guy. He came in really over the summer and worked harder than they've ever seen him work. And the numbers bear it out. Not to mention that physically he is incredibly gifted. He's got a 7'4" wingspan and a 41-inch vertical jump, which we just saw on that offensive rebound.
Ravi, some timeouts are encourage your team timeouts. Some timeouts are get right timeouts. And Cal burned one early, but it was a get right timeout that got his team right. I don't know what he said or what Acuff said, but John Calipari, again, he knows how to coach elite guards, and Darius Acuff is one of those guys on that list. And he has flipped this game in the last 3 minutes.
Well, Malik Ewan there helping on that 50-50 ball, keeps it with Arkansas. Malik Thomas is in. He provides instant offense off the bench. Acuff is just instant offense, and he'll shoot 2.
That's a bad match. Tennessee's going to continue to switch 1 through 5, and John Calipari is going to say, fine, I'm going to get Acuff with your 5-man guard and let him attack baseline. And these are the point guards coached by Cal. And when you look at that graphic, I think money, all the money those guys have made in the NBA. But Darius Acuff will join that list after this year. The next, I think, really, really good guard in the NBA under Cal.
Yeah, they've earned a hell of a lot of money. They also are incredibly talented guys, including Gilgeous Alexander and what he's doing. De'Aaron Fox. I mean, they took great college games and went even further in the NBA.
This kid just carries himself like a go-to guy. And that's unique for a first-year college basketball player.
Pride of Detroit and Michigan, D-City. Darius Acuff, very active in the community and very active in this game early on.
You have to want the ball if you're Tennessee against this press breaker. You cannot be backing away from the ball. You've got to have orange jerseys running to the ball in your press offense.
Thomas, 1 in white, who's on the ball. Another one of those fantastic freshman recruits for Calipari, who, as you've seen in the news, insists, I will continue to recruit high schoolers. Ament trying to get it over, and he forgot about a 10-second violation. His bench was encouraging him, you got to go.
But that's bad press break by Tennessee. The guards were not involved in the press break action. You threw it to Carey, who's not a ball handler, and wasted time, and then Nate Ament was actually stuck. You could see it coming when Ament got it. He only had 5 seconds to get it across. That's a team turnover breakdown by the team in orange.
How much of that is the intensity of the Arkansas Razorbacks in this building?
A lot, man. You have to be probably 8-10 points better than Arkansas as the visitor today.
Thomas, no good, and Akpara clears.
Thomas is a bucket-getting dude, though, talking about 1 in white. Leads Arkansas shots taken per minutes played. He comes to fire.
Second on the team in scoring, 15 a game. High arcing 3. Boswell, that's Gillespie, was off. And Shao says we're going the other way. It's Arkansas basketball. To your point, Jimmy, Arkansas is 8 at home this season, and the average margin of victory is 24 points.
Well, we were here for the Louisville SEC-ACC Challenge, and Arkansas just knocked Louisville all around in that ball game.
Acuff 8 of the 11 early points. Malik Ewan. He'll kick it. Trevin Brazil, 3-corner, short.
Yeah, the Arkansas puts so much pressure on you to do it. They have gravity pull on your defense with 5 big-time three-point shooters.
Carey is a big body down low. He's trying to carve out some space for himself. He does there, and he lays it up and in.
That is classic scoring before you ever got the ball because he owned his position.
Yeah.
Tennessee won't feed the post if you post up outside the lane. Jalen Carey has learned that now. He gets both feet right on that restricted arc.
6'8", 267, Jalen Carey.
He is a load.
Thomas, the floater, no good. Rebound Ewan on the offensive glass, picked. And 2-on-1, give and go, up and in. Nice pretty play by both Boswell and Gillespie.
Yeah, what a pass by Boswell. Had he not given that ball up, probably would have got their 4th shot blocked in this game. Terrific find by 3 in orange.
Ewan's turn down low.
So, Ravi, even when you score against Arkansas, you have to think, I'm in transition defense. They rip that ball out of the net and run it right up your backside faster than anybody in this league.
They average 90 points a game. And again, that's non-conference, going to get a little tougher, a lot tougher in the SEC. But 90 a game is the way they like to go. Bad pass, loose pass, 10 seconds.
Ball screen, Gillespie downhill.
Akpara all the way to the basket, and he will pick up the foul. Early on, it's what you expected. Back and forth battle, high above the rim, 13-13, Vols and Hogs. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, especially now that the conference play has begun. It's been a little bit of a backwards game. I mean, that's Arkansas's game to have fast break points. And it's Tennessee's game to get offensive rebounds. They don't have 1, and Arkansas has 3, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's the huge part of this game. That when you play Tennessee, the war begins when the shot is taken. And John Calipari all over it the last 24 hours with his guys talking about you don't want to rebound, you don't want to win. And Arkansas more than holding their own right now on that glass.
What was the word Cal used in the shoot-around more than any other word?
Will.
Will.
Yeah.
And he wasn't calling will somebody. He was talking about the will to win, the will to fight. This is Richmond. His motor runs just at a different pace than everyone else's. Knox with an offensive board. And Ethan Berrigan of the game just ripped it away.
Yeah, those Tennessee guards, Gillespie, now Bird, coming down and scraping down, getting involved in the fight.
Bird, good shooter, comes from Israel. Yeah, he provides some offense off the bench. Akpara. Carey buried down there with 2. Bird passed up the 3 to go in the paint. Then he threw it right off of Richmond. What hustle by Akpara, but out of bounds off the Vols. Things went a little haywire there.
I'm impressed with Arkansas's ball pressure in this game. I mean, if you don't apply ball pressure, you make a non-player become a player. And Arkansas right up in the grill right now, testing Tennessee's ability to go by off the bounce.
Nick Pringle back into the game, the Alabama transfer. Alabama, nice win over Kentucky today.
Kentucky, they were at full strength today, go on the road, still gave up 50 in the first half. That's where the game was decided in Tuscaloosa early.
Knox into the paint, little jump hook, no good. And the big bodies of Carey and Akpara causing problems now. And you forget, Ament is 6'10", 6'11" himself. Bad pass there, and here's Thomas. And he nearly missed the layup.
Ravi, anything soft in SEC play will not work, and that was just a soft pass by Nate Ament. He's going to have to grow and learn under fire. But habit passes will get picked off every time in this league.
Carey, contact there. They do call the foul on Nick Pringle.
There's nothing soft about Jalen Carey's game, but the transition game for Arkansas is what you're always concerned with. And you throw that thing away, and the team speed of Arkansas just jumps out on film and in person. Multiple guys can rip and run. This time it's Malik Thomas, who I've already said gets more shots off per minute than anybody. I think he's Cal's best athletic defender, talking about one in white right here. This kid is a true freshman, wired to score, but you watch him guard, Ravi, he can really create problems with his length.
Jalen Carey's a 48% free throw shooter. Free throw shooting has been a thorn for Tennessee in the non-conference.
Well, simply put, it's going to cost them games.
Yeah.
They have been that bad from the free throw line. Jalen Carey at 48% on the year from the free throw stripe. And it's a Tennessee team that gets fouled a lot because they hammer the ball inside, just leaving points on the table night after night.
3 losses, 60% from the free throw line. And they just missed both. Amari Evans, number 1 into the game for Tennessee, as both teams utilize their bench. DJ Wagner back into the game. Thomas the roll to Pringle, tied up by Boswell, but in the tie-up, he got a lot of arm as well.
Well, Arkansas is going to quickly short dive out of any ball trap by Tennessee. And they held up pretty well, Arkansas did, against Houston, who absolutely just stabs at the ball in any ball screen action. And Cal's guys have learned, when that ball screen defense comes and eats you up, we got to hit that short roller with speed.
Boswell picks up his second foul. He's been hitting the head. Now he's dealing with a leg issue, as Pringle will go to the stripe to shoot 2. First one good. A lot more men's college hoops Sunday right here. ESPN2 will start at 1 Eastern time. You go American Conference, 2 of the top teams there, FAU and Tulane, and then later 5 Eastern time, 2 of the best in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bradley squaring off against Murray State. That's 1 and 5 ESPN2. Men's college basketball tomorrow.
Ravi Pringle with the make. And John Calipari is a master motivator, if nothing else. Last year when he was playing for South Carolina, he had 16 and 14 on Tennessee. He showed the entire team those clips last night saying, tomorrow's the same chance.
Is that why Pringle had the edge today in the shoot-around?
Well, he had one, did he not?
He did.
Good pocket pass.
Yep, Brown will kick it. Evans. Great defense by Pringle. Man, you just mentioned 5 on the shot clock. Gillespie a high 3. That is a big rebounder. Wagner. Again, Pringle blew up their possession. And that's good hands. Steal by Evans. He's got Okpara at the rim. He takes it himself, and a bad shot. Here we go the other way. Pringle, he thought about an alley-oop, had it go off his fingers and out of bounds. I mean, Richmond was, he was ready for takeoff.
Well, Abrams was looking to draw a foul instead of concentrating on finishing a layup. And as a result, he just got completely off balance, and nothing good happens in basketball when you're off balance. Boy, Cal's team has really shot the ball well this year, have they not? Making right at 10 threes a game, 40%. One of the top 15 three-point percentage teams in the country.
Almost 40% from 3. That is the leader in the SEC coming out of non-conference play. But today, a 1 of 6 start. There are the numbers and where they rank in the conference. Acuff is back into the game for Arkansas. He's leading them in scoring, and he is in Abrams' grill.
There's no purpose to this offensive possession for Tennessee.
Wow, that's Pringle again. The shot from Abram is off. Knox had it. And it is an all-out scrum, exactly what you thought you'd get from Arkansas and Tennessee.
You cannot dribble your way out of pressure, and Tennessee is trying to do it up top. Arkansas now with 4 or 5 block shots at the rim by Tennessee. Not easy to do. Tennessee plays with a lot of length.
Pringle playing possessed, 4 blocks to Jimmy's point from Arkansas today. Acuff had that spurt early. He has 8 points in the half. And we got about 8:20 to go. Good defense, and here's a steal. Evans contested, lays it up and in.
See the difference, though, by Evans? He went in to score. Yes, he got his shoulder into the defender, but he was locked in on that right square.
Yeah, with a bigger guy, Knox chasing him. Thomas, he fires up a three, and Abram gave him an inch, and he took advantage of all of it.
He is a gunner, and I mean that in a complimentary way. He is a thirsty, hungry dude with the ball in his hands.
Evans, good elevation, and he let that go at the top of his jump.
I mean, he's going to be a player. He's that physical guy that Rick Barnes has used all the way back to his days at Clemson and Providence, that big physical 2-3 guard.
He scored 15 in that game against GW, the freshman out of Pittsburgh, 6'5", 220, Amari Evans. Thomas, a baseball pass. Knox missed.
The reason why Tennessee is so good on the offensive glass, Ravi, offensively, they always have one guy at the rim, if not two.
Blown up here by Knox, Jimmy, excuse me, and he will force it down.
That has been Tennessee's issue all year long. Too high of a turnover rate, and they don't make free throws, and it's biting them again right now in Bud Walton.
Three ball, no. Akpara had it. Thomas. Acuff. Pull up three. No good. Bronzo! And the red and white at Bud Walton are all on their feet. Brown lost it on the way up, tipped it back up and in. They sit back down.
Ravi, that overall team speed by Arkansas, it's hard to adjust to. And Tennessee just right now not sprinting to defense with a purpose. I mean, that's Brazil just wide open.
Brazil's got 5 points. He's got 5 rebounds and 2 follow-up flushes. Thomas, 3.
Yeah.
Splash!
I love his game. I don't like it. I love it. This guy comes with a swagger. Hungry dogs move. And he's in constant movement without the basketball.
Lead grows to 7. He and Acuff have combined for 16 of those, 8 each. Brown too deep.
Just got that right shoulder into the Arkansas defender. If you cannot play through contact in this game, you can't play. And that goes both ways.
Acuff one-on-one goes behind his back as Cal called out of play. He'll switch, and Thomas takes off. Power to the hole. What a shot.
Man, John Calipari is, well, look at this.
Picked off by Ewan. He went high and challenged one of the best shot blockers in the country. Oh, boy, how about that? A transition 3 from Abram in the corner after the block.
It could have easily been a 5-point swing right there if the thing goes the other direction. Boy, Tennessee just careless with the ball multiple times in this first half.
Yeah, Jimmy, the energy inside Bud Walton Arena is as high as it's been in years. Remember, they were under 500 in conference last year.
Well, this is an Arkansas team that's got more offensive weapons than a year ago. But they're doing it off of their defense, and they're doing it off of their work ethic. Trevin Brazil just whips orange jerseys, wins the race to the rim.
Top things to know in college basketball entering 2026, at least the ones not on the top of Coach Cal's and Tom Izzo's mind, which has to do with bringing players in during the season, those from the G League and other NBA draft picks. These are what's going on the floor.
Well, yeah, the on-floor product is terrific, especially look at Nebraska right there with a huge win against Michigan State to remain unbeaten. Vanderbilt out of this league, the only unbeaten in the SEC.
The three-point attempt by Tennessee confirmed as a 2-point shot after review.
Robbie, the high level like possible 1 seeds. Looks like they're going to come out of the Big Ten and the Big 12. Arizona, Iowa State in great position there as well. Scoring's up in college basketball as well. We've had tremendous non-conference games. On the floor, the game is in tremendous shape. Off the floor, obviously, we have issues, if not blow it up and start all over. But Coach is very vocal right now on the NIL and who's eligible, who's not, and the rules continue to change as we go.
Or as Cal would say, there are no rules.
Yeah.
Brazil, no good, and Estrella back into the game.
Well, can Tennessee get the ball inside? That is their money. And that's how they game plan, especially on the road.
Amen. Very, very quiet in this game.
Why foul?
Yeah, Knox will pick it up. 20 feet from the baskets. Amen, 2 points. He's taken 1 shot. He's got 1 assist and 1 rebound in 10 minutes. Yeah, they're winning the battle of the boards.
Yeah.
I mean, Arkansas 16, Tennessee 11.
But to Seth's point, from a coaching standpoint, it's the game within the game. And that's, if you can match Tennessee on the glass, you're in great shape if you're Arkansas on your home floor this afternoon. Yeah, Nate Ament has got to, he's not a physical kid, but he's got to play physical. We talked about that the last time we had the Tennessee game against Louisville.
The highest rated recruit in Tennessee history. Carey, strong. It may have been a goaltend, but it's ended up being tipped back in by Estrella.
But it gives us a peek of Rick Barnes' mind. Coming out of a timeout, he knew exactly where he was going to go with that ball. Just pounded on the inside. That's trouble.
Yeah, Wagner through the alley-oop.
Yep.
Beautifully to Richmond.
You get Wagner on a NASCAR cut where he's cutting off of a turn and got momentum. Man, it puts a lot of pressure on the rim defense.
They left Estrella open. He knocks down a 3. J.P. Estrella.
Those bigs for Tennessee, they don't shoot but about 1 a game, but they shoot at a pretty high clip when you combine Estrella and Carey.
He's a
and
40%,
yeah.
40% guy. Wagner, same thing, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Threw it up, no good this time. Evans absorbed the body of Brazil.
He has no issue with playing physical. I love 1 in orange. Rick Barnes called his play about 3 games ago and said, son, I'm going to give you a chance. And, man, has he produced.
Tied again at 31.
The collisions at the rim, you've got to win in this league.
Wagner, no good. He's been shooting a lot better after a bumpy start from 3. The last 3 games, 8 of 12.
You know what I'm saying, though, Ravi? You're going to get body-on-body contact at the rim in this league.
Yeah.
You got to win way more of those plays than you lose.
Amen. Way too strong and long for an air ball.
Boy, he is dangerous.
Akoff lost it. The hands of Evans.
I tell you about my guy Evans.
Amen will pick up the foul. Pringle was standing on the ground.
Well, Evans is a grown man. They list him 6'5" and 230, but watch him. He goes right into the chest of Trevin Brazil. It was the left shoulder that scored for Evans. The right paw just finished it off, but he is built just like a typical Rick Barnes dude. Can become that next Meshack, Ziegler, coach, let me shut the guy down defender that Tennessee has had.
6'5", 220-pound specimen. As Ament misses. Jimmy, check it out. Triple header Sunday. Women's basketball highlighted by 5 top 25 teams. 1 Eastern time. 16th ranked Carolina home at Chapel Hill to get Stanford. 22 Baylor is in Ames. They get 10th ranked Iowa State and 5th ranked LSU. And number 12 Vandy in Nashville. As the nightmarish start for Ament continues here in Hogville.
And you and I come back to Fayetteville at the end of the month for the Kentucky-Arkansas weekend.
Yes.
Men on Saturday, and you and I are going to stay and do the Kentucky-Arkansas women's game on Sunday.
Good win for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, Kenny Brooks, man, what a hire by Mitch Barnhart, that women's program at Kentucky.
Look at Thomas.
Yeah.
So soft with that touch.
That NASCAR cut, Cal has used it over the years for scoring guards.
Good seal again by Carey and a good entry pass by Estrella.
It's almost like Cal is saying, Tennessee can't guard my guards, and Rick Barnes is saying Arkansas can't guard my bigs. It's just a classic clash of styles this first half.
Tennessee's got 24 of their 33 in the paint, and Billy Richmond just missed one. Amen's open. He got Richmond up in the air, and he will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 where he just missed 2.
What a throw-ahead pass, though, by Gillespie. The trust and the confidence, but you got a long guy in Amen. Look at this NASCAR cut right here. That's just he's constantly turning to his left like a NASCAR race. And John Calipari uses that a lot, and he will put a right-handed shooter, Rabbi, on the left side. So he's turning to his left, gets that ball in his right hand, and just the natural motion and momentum is really hard to handle.
And another miss for Amen. Just go back to Thomas for a second. You know, in baseball, there's some bad ball hitters. They'll hit the pitches that are. His shot, Thomas's, doesn't look like it's picture perfect, and yet he makes them.
Malik Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets off balance a little bit. Cal was talking to him this morning about why are you leaning?
Yes.
When you just shoot straight up, straight down in a phone booth, you're good. And Malik looked at him like, I don't know what a phone booth is, coach, but the point is he's a very good on-balance shooter. As good as this league has, one in white.
Minute to go in what has been everything you thought it would be between these two teams in the first half.
Same cut, this time for Richmond.
With a left-handed, Richmond goes to his right.
Just wearing Tennessee out on that simple pin-down action. Getting those guards with momentum. Multiple guys now Cal has put in that spot. Man, what a game on opening Saturday, right?
They got the switch, and now they got numbers. Carey, no good. Estrella there, second chance.
That's why they're such a good offensive rebound team. They always have 2 bigs around that rim when a shot's taken.
Acuff. Shot winds down. He knocks it down with 2 seconds to go. And Berg will fire and come up short. What a half. And the guy you talked about at the top, Darius Acuff, has helped lead the way. He's got 10. The other freshman, Thomas, has 12. And it's a 1-point Arkansas lead.
Well, Darius Acuff, he's got the floater game. He can escape contact. He's got separation, a tough cover.
Arkansas's 9-1 when leading at the break. They got a 1-point advantage. Can't wait for the second half, but now back. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops presented by Kay Jewelers, and this is the SEC on ESPN. A 1-point game. We had 5 lead changes in the final, 11:41. Just a minute ago, Jimmy spoke with Coach Cal to find out what was on his mind. Jimmy, we didn't hear him. You want to tell us what he said?
Well, he wasn't speechless, as you might think he was right there. But, no, he just talked about transition defense. You know, it's kind of been a flip of games to our point in the first half. Look at Tennessee's fast break points. And but he's pleased overall with the will and the fight is what I talked to him about. And he said, no, we're doing great in that area. But as he said to the team before the game, this game's going to come down to 5 plays. And if we win those 5 plays, we win the game. If we don't, we won't. So, heck of a first half, though, to start SEC play for us.
The last thing that he mentioned to his team, like, are we going to lose the game because you don't get back on defense? Speaking of those 14 fast break points.
Well, this is what Arkansas got going late in that second half. That NASCAR cut where guys are just ripping right here, man, on a curve, running to the left shoulder. He did it for Acuff. He did it for Thomas. He did it for Richmond, I believe. Wagner got involved as a passer. But Tennessee's going to have an answer for that action. If not, John Calipari is going to continue to just pick on somebody and say, hey, it's your turn to now for that whip action and get downhill. And Tennessee, as good as they've been defensively, Rick Barnes will have some answer for that NASCAR cut.
Darius Acuff Jr., Jimmy, scored 10 or more in every game this season, which is the most consecutive games by an Arkansas freshman to start a season. With 10 or more, it is now 14 consecutive games.
Some of the greatest TV that no one ever heard.
from Cal and you?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll put that out on the YouTube channel later. There is that same cut you talked about. Wagner softly laid it up, but to no avail. And the loose ball goes Tennessee's way, and they're going to get Pringle, who picks up another one, this time on the floor. And for Nick Pringle, Jimmy, that's his third.
He's the one physical guy that John Calipari trusts in a physical game. So Arkansas gets a little taller with Ewan checking in, but not quite the physicality that Pringle brings.
Jimmy, you've coached obviously at every level here. How do you engage Nate Ament?
You just got to keep holding him accountable, you know, and playing low. He plays too tall. Nate Ament does, tucked away in this corner, 10 in orange. He's all of 6'11". But again, I'll say it, you don't have to be physical, but you have to play physical. And he's going to learn in this SEC grind.
Boy, a long three, 30 feet away, and it goes for Gillespie, who didn't have a great shooting first half. He was 2 of 7, but a good three to start.
Tennessee they just make 7 threes a game at 34%. They don't rely heavily on that three-point shot.
Acuff to the paint, the kick, Brazil's three. No good, and a good job by Brown to box out Ewan. Tennessee on top, we'll try again. No good, offensive rebound, it's Boswell. Calipari looks to his bench and says, I need more action. Akpara, too strong.
And Akpara has missed 2 layups in this game off that roll.
Good job by Boswell. He deflected it right off the leg of Brazil. And a bit of a bumpy start here in the first 90 seconds for Arkansas.
Yeah, 3 in orange has earned his starting spot for Rick Barnes because he's the best defender. And remember, he learned from the best. He went up against Meshack time and time again last year as a true freshman, becoming that clamp-down defender that Tennessee has been known for.
Such a good point about the guys that aren't here anymore for all the teams. The reverse, and that was too easy, and he missed an easy layup, did Gillespie. And then the ball was ripped by Thomas. Like a turnover for Tennessee. Spin move, Malik Thomas, no good. Ewan quickly, that's the goaltend on Akpara.
Not block shots when you leave the floor from under the rim, and that's basically where Akpara was. Boy, Tennessee has missed 2 layups to start the second half.
First of 18 conference games for the SEC, and 2 powers in the conference. Ament, that's a pretty move in the paint.
That was a physical drive because he got a little lower, and his ability to stop like that for a 6'11" athlete is rare, unique, and uncommon.
Thomas, that's that off-balance shot of his. He nearly had an offensive rebound from his backside, and it's out of bounds off Tennessee. Cal is on the floor screaming, grab it. Did you go to the thesaurus today for synonyms? Did you go rare, uncommon, and unique all in one?
Yeah, and I looked up another one that Cal threw out us prior to the game. Fugazi?
Yes.
Yeah, fugazi is a slang word which refers to something that is fake or damaged beyond repair. That's his take on where we are with the NIL.
Basketball.
Yes, in college basketball. Fugazi'd. And he's not wrong.
Ament works baseline, went up for the dunk, and there you go. You can see a more aggressive Nate Ament to start this second half.
The good ones that become great figure it out. And Nate Ament has been tossed into a spot under Rick Barnes that demands physicality. And this kid's going to continue to grow. He is surrounded by Nate Ament, the right kind of people. His camp is all about Rick Barnes. Complete trust with Rick Barnes this year in the development of this 6'11" stud freshman talent.
third top 5 recruit, Tobias Harris, Allen Houston at Tennessee. His favorite athlete is Kevin Durant. He's a golf and pickleball player when he's not playing basketball, which eliminates any lobs in pickleball because he's 6'11".
I've seen him on the course. He's got a very natural swing.
Really?
For a 6'11" guy on the golf course. Although he's not playing as physical as you want, he still draws 7 fouls a game. That's a high number.
Acuff was left open on a cross-court pass. That comes up short. Arkansas cold shooting to start this second half.
You know Tennessee wants to get that ball in the paint. That's where their DNA and their oxygen is.
Yeah, Amen starting to feel it a little bit. Couldn't get that one to get a friendly roll here in Arkansas.
But if I'm Coach Barnes, I live with every 15-foot pull-up that Nate Ament can get off.
A difficult shot by Brazil. He may have rolled his ankle there after he made the shot. But he looks like he's all right.
Just downhill with force, right? 7 in white.
Amen goes up. They're going to call Richmond, who's claiming he did nothing. And Cal is echoing the same sentiment.
Well, Ramanan from the far side calls a foul, which probably has Cal upset as much as anything. The rip through by Amen. And does 24 go straight up? Oh, that's not a foul. That's just SEC basketball. Your chest is good defense.
Third foul on Richmond could be a key. Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State. That you're left with Ole Miss, Miami, Oregon, and of course the Hoosiers.
Indiana's now a football school, and Nebraska's a basketball school.
Right.
A little bit of a change there, but I'm all for Ole Miss. What a story, right? Lane Kiffin steps away, and Coach Golding just rallies those guys and said, hey, we're charging on, and good for Ole Miss to be in the national semifinals right now.
You never know what it is that's going to motivate players
right.
or a group collectively. Boy, their quarterback Chambliss is something special. 43-41, Ament has missed that one. Carey, an easy offensive rebound. And immediately you check the Arkansas bench, and Cal is up Harkin.
Ravi, it's amazing how many game films I've created in my coaching career as an assistant. Just go back and watch missed layups and missed free throws. It's crazy how that flips the game.
Thomas throws it up. He's got a chance for 4. There's that off-balanced, doesn't look organized, but it finds the net.
You cannot lunge at Malik Thomas. He's too good, too quick, too long, and too creative as a jump shooter. And Boswell knew, trying to help him up off the ground, but not quite what we saw at the end of the Notre Dame Cal game where a three-point shooter got fouled to send it for a win. But
I don't see Rick Barnes charging Doug Shouse after this one.
No, I'm surprised that the ACC did not suspend Coach Shrewsbury.
Really
just a simple slap on the wrist, like not acceptable.
It's a four-point play from Malik Thomas.
I thought a very soft response from the ACC office.
Crowd to its feet with the Hogs on defense. Estrella barreled his way to the bucket and lost it off his leg.
Tennessee played in a really crowded half court that time, trying to go with the two-man game on the inside. Ravi, Arkansas doing a good job of sitting on that low offensive player for Tennessee, sitting on his legs. Things you must do against bigs in this league. Tennessee ball.
Intense defense, both sides.
Amari Evans is going to be a problem in this league for multiple years. He's not even close to a one-and-done guy. He's going to be maybe a 4-year guy for Tennessee. And what potential Rick Barnes has inside that dude's body.
Yeah, another, like you said, Meshack Ziegler.
Yeah.
Saw two guys, Richmond with 3 fouls, Pringle with 3 fouls. And those are two very physical players. Carey down deep, left hand blocked by Ewan. Ament has it. Finger rolls it in.
Look at the size that Tennessee puts around the rim on the shot. 7 foot, 6'11", 6'11". Again, the best offensive rebounding team in college ball.
Remember, offensive rebounds first half as Acuff goes to the rack, and he will have a chance for 3.
How good is he?
Acuff and Thomas, fabulous freshmen, neither of whom see either a red or yellow light. It is always green.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Acuff, he draws less than 4 fouls per game. So he's not a high draw foul guy. But he's not afraid to go win those collisions at the rim. And again, his floater game's at 60%. His finishes at the rim are in the high 60s. He's a 40+% three-point shooter. He's the real deal and is a serious threat to be the SEC Player of the Year as a first-year college guard.
Acuff and Thomas, 29, half of the 48 points for Arkansas tonight. Gillespie, an easy one, man. High screen from Estrella, set it up.
Way too easy. Arkansas could see it coming. There was no one on the white line, no one there to lead the drive by that second and third defender.
Richmond had to throw it high up over Estrella, and the battle goes to Tennessee on the glass. Here's Evans. Clear lane, and it was cleared by Carey.
That is a screen assist by Carey. What a hustle play by 23 in orange to win the sprint to the rim and seal his defender off. Just created a drive opportunity in transition.
They're going to call you a moving screen on Ewan. He came up late.
Ravi, watch Jalen Carey, man. You're talking about a load of a guy to run the floor right here, man, to seal that thing off. And all that does, that's a screening assist, not a passing assist, but his screen resulted in the 2 points.
So the 6'8", 267-pounder who transferred from both SMU and then Vanderbilt out of Florida. How would Vanderbilt be if Carey was still there?
Oh, my. As good as they are now, and +1.
Go back in. He plays with 3 fouls, and Tennessee tries to get a 4th on him. Shaw said offensive foul.
That is not going to be a pleasing call for Rick Barnes. The baseline official, Olandis Poole, stared right at it and had no call. And Doug Shows comes in from 25 feet away. Right call or wrong call, those are the calls that really drive a coach crazy.
Thomas, no chance there. That time, very good defense by Evans. They still have 10 on the shot clock as Acuff dribbled through a maze to get that thing up. He was avoiding bodies both standing and on the ground.
Another seal off by Carey.
Watch it. Oh, Estrella went up for a big dunk. Pringle will pick up his 4th.
How about the fast break offense by Tennessee in this game? Their conversion, Ravi, from defense to offense has been as good as I've seen all year, and it's not easy to do against a speedy team like Arkansas. But it's all 5 guys. That time, Carey, again, he won the sprint to the rim. His seal-off allowed Estrella to get to that free throw line.
Just a 62% free throw shooter, Estrella. Finds the net on the first one. We got a lot more college basketball coming up here. We talked about Sunday. We got the women's triple header, 1 Eastern time, men's on ESPN2. Top 2 teams in the American Conference, FAU, Tulane, then later at 5, the Missouri Valley, 2 of their best, Bradley and Maury State. 5 big games, 2 men, 3 women, ESPN2 on Sunday. Estrella out after making both. Okpara back in.
Estrella has not missed a shot in this game. He's 3 for 3 from the field. Has made all of his free throws. His production per minutes played is the best that Tennessee has right now.
He's got 9. He and Ament and Gillespie leading the way. Acuff finds Thomas. Knox went up hard and he got hit. And And the extra points on free throw attempts after made baskets starting to add up for Arkansas.
Well, what do offensive rebounds lead to? They lead to buckets that you don't have to grind and earn. They strengthen your offensive efficiency numbers. You put fouls on the opponents. You get open threes. Really well done by Carter Knox.
Gillespie looks up at the big scoreboard here and sees 3 next to his name with regards to fouls. So number 3 on number 0.
Man, neither team can get separation, right? It feels like a game that's going down to that last minute.
Good defense. They have to start all over again with 8. Gillespie. He had that knocked out of his hands by Ewan. Here's Acuff. And Abram chased him down, and he will pick up the foul. Good hustle by 77 in orange. Not yet ready to give up an easy 2. Acuff will have to earn him from the free throw line. If he makes them, it'll be points 14 and 15 in a tight one here in Fayetteville.
This mountain is a lot like the Big 12 Conference. It's full of obstacles, rocks, prickly spikes on cacti, and for both Arizona State and Colorado today, they feel like they need to get off to a winning start in conference play if they want to finish in that top half and give themselves a chance to make the NCAA tournament. Isaiah Johnson, the freshman from Colorado, has been great. Mo Odom is as explosive as any player in the country at 36 earlier this year against Texas, and it's next here on ESPN2.
Good use of the word cacti, by the way.
You can go with cacti, cactus, but just avoid them. I know that. Just stay away. Speaking of prickly, Rick Barnes just spent most of that time out in the face of both Doug Shouse, but perhaps more Olandis Poole, who he was all over about that call down right in front of their bench. Seemingly pushing the envelope on a potential technical, but cooler heads have prevailed.
Yeah, Rick Barnes got right to the edge,
yes.
Did he not? But that's a veteran coach that knows when to make his point, when to back off a little bit, but the point was clearly made. Not happy with that baseline foul on Jalen Carey.
Acuff Jr. leaned that one in. And he now has 15. He and Thomas 15 and 16 respectively. And a great game, 53 all.
They'll be strong with it. Man, Arkansas, they're so good at coming from behind.
Great pass. Yeah, Brown no, Brown yes. Great pass from Gillespie. These are big shoes to fill. Zakai Ziegler and what he meant to this program, and Gillespie has done admirably well with that. That's pretty. Acuff lays it up and in with 17 now.
He just grabs paint. Talking about Acuff, 5 in white.
Watch it.
Wow, Carol, she got numbers now, though. That's
and how about just a silencer from Amari Evans?
What a big Valentine by Evans. As a true freshman on the road, you've got numbers, and you've got the courage to pull from 3 in front of Rick Barnes.
With a 5-on-3.
Yes.
And Thomas, no. And Doug Shouse blows the whistle. They get it on Ewan.
Amari Evans has been as important to anybody so far for Tennessee in this game. I mean, his defensive lockdown ability, he's blocked shots, he's made tough twos, he's stuck a 3. Always active when the ball's on the glass. But Ravi, a big number to keep track in Tennessee, 6 out of 14 from the free throw line.
Yep.
Arkansas, 9 out of 11. Man, that's a big game within the game right now.
That's 8 free points you gave up. Gillespie, the point guard, goes to the bench. Berg is in. Ament, pull up baseline, can't get it to go.
I still believe Rick Barnes likes that shot from Ament. It's an unblockable 15 feet pull-up jumper.
You know when he likes it more?
If it goes in.
When it goes in. Yeah, you can tell Acuff really wants to do some work here. He gets it to Knox. Evans, crowd thought he got away with an extra step, and now it's turned over.
Now the 10th turnover for Tennessee in this game. And that number is 12 or less, they got a chance. If it gets over 12, tough sledding for the team in orange.
Acuff just used that break there as he bent down, and he will go to the free throw line. He was the telltale sign of somebody that's exhausted is you lay on the ground after you get fouled for a while to catch your breath, but you also double over, and he was doubled over waiting while his teammates were dribbling. He is tired.
Well, he's the kind of guy that will play to and through exhaustion, but I judge guard play by how good are you at the free throw line and below. This kid's outstanding. His decisions at the rim, his toughness, his ability to grab the paint, spray it for threes, his ability to finish.
Yeah, I think Cal recognized, Acuff is huffing and puffing out there, and before he goes to take a free throw.
Does that make sense? A lot of guards can play above the free throw line. Great ones are good below the free throw line. 5 in white is great.
Yeah, we'll go to break thinking, yes, it makes sense, Jimmy. You're good.
It's everything. Everything I do is Detroit. Everything I play for is Detroit. The way I walk is Detroit. The way I talk, everything in me is Detroit. I love my city. Born and raised, so can't never forget where I come from.
Yeah, not only did he not forget, he went back to Detroit over Christmas break. And Darius Acuff hosted a free basketball camp for local kids at the ACC Youth Center. And that is where his basketball journey began, the formative years for the kid that is all about D-City, Detroit, Michigan. And he's putting on a show here for the entire country to see.
Well, it tells you he's got the right people in his ear. It's not a kid that went home with selfishness, only got 3 or 4 days, and it's all about me. No, he cares about others and certainly has a deep, deep love for his Detroit roots. Takes great pride in the toughness that he was taught growing up. But remember, he's a McDonald's All-American, the #1 point guard in that 2025 class. MVP of the 2024 FIBA Under-18 AmeriCup. He's been on a big stage before, and he's on a big stage right now on opening Saturday in the SEC.
Right on his scoring average now 19. He's made 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Berg, good entry. Carey, great block that time. Smothered.
He struggles with length, Carey does around the rim.
There's the alley-oop to Knox, and immense length. Blew that up.
One of the few guys in this league that could have gotten that pass, Nate Amens.
Carey, that's a tough pass for Okpara to hold on to. They got a 2-on-1. And Acuff, a nice play to use that rim to help him.
Yeah, Rabbi, you have to know who you're passing to. Okpara doesn't have a great set of hands. The turnover will go to Okpara, but for the coach, it will go towards Carey.
That's double dribble.
And you got to bring Gillespie back in. That's one question I have for Tennessee and SEC play. When Gillespie's on the bench, can those backup guards handle the game for 2 or 3 minute stretches? An unforced turnover by Berg because the pressure just ate him up.
12 turnovers in the game for Tennessee, 11 for Arkansas. Acuff's over 20. It's the 8th time he's had 20 or more in a game this year. And he is the 3-time defending SEC Player of the Week.
Yeah. Right, this is a great game. Look at Acuff on the bench. It's a great game that you can be tired, but you can't play tired. And Acuff's smart enough to realize, I need a blow right now.
And Ewan draws the contact. It's going to be on Okpara.
That's a big storyline in this game.
Cramping up, maybe?
Yeah, cramping up and just the complete exhaustion it looks like from Darius Acuff. And not a lot of guys in the college game that can play to that point, but this kid, he brings it every game. I was impressed with him yesterday for a 2-hour practice. This morning, he's all business. The game means a lot to Darius Acuff. Difference in the game.
Yeah,
free throw
shooting is the difference. And we showed that number, 32 minutes per game. He's already played 30. Brazil's got 30 as well. Good hands.
Yeah, good hands
by Ewan.
I think it went off Gillespie.
It did. They'll give it to Arkansas.
Coach might challenge it. You have to take a quick look at the video. I mean, Gillespie's telling him.
Oh no!
No, it did not. Yeah, that's with a lot of trust right now with Rick Barnes and Gillespie. The coach's challenge. Yeah. One of the three things that the coach can challenge.
Being challenged, the head coach of Tennessee.
Well, that's what a senior, too, who has got instant credibility, will afford Barnes the willingness to say, yep, let's take a look at it, because my guy said we should. Well, Rick Barnes said, I'm going to take the word of Gillespie that it didn't hit his fingers going out of bounds, and the video will prove that it didn't hit his fingers going out of bounds. So it'll stay Tennessee basketball.
And Rick Barnes keeps his timeout, and also
After review, the ball on the floor and his challenge has been overturned. Tennessee ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
he keeps his timeout, and he also has a challenge still to use in this game. Typically, Tennessee goes inside on the road off of the side out of bounds.
They got plenty of height on the floor with Estrella, Ament, and Okpara, and called out here. It's going to be on Richmond with a grab. And now Richmond immediately back in the game, picks up his fourth foul.
Just a wrap play for Nate Ament. Again, all designed to get the ball in the painted area of the floor, coming out of that timeout. Not settling for a quick three, not doing anything other than continue to pound the ball inside. The issue is, can you make him pay now at the free throw line if you're Tennessee?
Richmond's minutes have been limited because of the fouls. So he goes back to the bench. Calipari said you grabbed him on his way by. Ament missed. Free throws have killed him.
That is the recipe to get your tails beat in conference play.
6 of 15. Estrella being back down. Ewan left hand, no good. Yeah, Gillespie, that was blocked there. Ewan. Just hustle from Knox, and he draws the foul.
Just outworked Tennessee did Carter Knox.
Estrella had it. The ball got loose for a second, and it was 11 and White who was most aggressive at it.
Rabbi, it's amazing. Good things happen when you go to the glass, and Carter Knox got just enough involved in the play to jam that ball loose. And it is no secret coming in from John Calipari. If we don't compete on the glass, we've got no chance in this game. And you look up at the rebounding numbers, Arkansas with 30, Tennessee with 31. Home team has more than delivered blows.
Knox after his 6th point, and he will get it there. Reminder, Sunday on ESPN. It's a women's basketball triple-header. 5 top 25 teams. You'll see the 16th ranked North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. 22 and 10 face off against each other. Baylor and Iowa State. And then Vandy, number 12, gets LSU.
Audie Crooks from Iowa State is must-watch TV. I mean, her high percentage, I think she's shooting like 75% from the floor. Like literally unguardable on that low block.
Arkansas's got 9 blocks today. That's most by a Tennessee opponent this season. Nine blocks, and Tennessee's missed 9 free throws. Brown, that looked like he got away with a walk. That's the 10th block of the game by Arkansas.
Arkansas started the game blocking shots with their guards. They've continued it with their bigs in this second half.
And they're going to get Ament, who is pleading his case.
Well, you can never lunge at a shooter. We've seen Tennessee make that mistake twice in the second half. Boswell was the first. This time it's Ament. And those long arms and athleticism of Arkansas, their recovery determination and recovery length has really bothered Tennessee in this game.
Well, this is the second game we've done here at Bud Walton this year. Louisville was the other one. And in that game, both Brazile and Ewan raised their level of play. The bar was high. They're doing that again today.
I think the bigs of Arkansas determine if Arkansas is a legit SEC title contender, which I think they could and should be. The last 10 titles that have been won in the SEC regular season or conference tournament have been won by Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, and Florida. It's time for Arkansas to get back in that hunt for one of those 2 titles.
8-10 in the conference last year, all the way to the Sweet 16. Remember, they started 0-5 in conference last year, did Arkansas. Amen. He had a shot at it. He brought it in amongst the trees and can't get it to go.
The number of shots Tennessee has missed 5 feet and in, probably their highest of the season.
There's Ewan. He's blocked, but he's also fouled.
But Ravi, what a violent cut by Ewan. I mean, he wasn't cutting because the play call or coach says this is what you do off of a ball screen. I mean, he comes with a violent attitude and with urgency and with force coming downhill. I mean, watch Ewan up top. He's going to start right in here, but once he sets that ball screen, man, this is a guy coming with a purpose. That is a violent rip cut coming right downhill, covers that ball up like a running back in the college football playoffs, and gets himself to that line. Really well done.
Free throw is good for Ewan. We've talked so much about Acuff, and his best games have been against the best opponents. Well, Ewan had his breakout game, remember, against Houston when he went for 20 points against Kelvin Sampson's team.
He drew Ewan. He got fouled 11 times in that Houston game. He's got a 17% offensive rebound rate, which is top 20 in the nation.
Florida State transfer, and all of a sudden, it's an 8-point game, which is the largest lead for either team today. Again, a slow, loose pass that's deflected out of bounds, and they will reverse that initial call from Alandis Poole. Doug Childs was right there and said, no, that is staying right here. It's Tennessee basketball.
Well, that play is different. That's good buddy refereeing with Doug Childs.
Yeah, sure.
To say, no, I saw it. Maybe you were blocked. But this ball stays with Tennessee. A critical possession right now for the Vols.
Trying to end an 11-0 run. Gillespie. Splash, and that can do it.
Man, Arkansas had him. They had him in a short clock, and they just let Gillespie come off wide open clean off of a simple high ball screen up top.
Gillespie with a dozen. That's his second 3 tonight. Gillespie's going to pick up a foul, and Jimmy, to your point, that was another hard cut once Wagner got the ball. Gillespie, the point guard, has got 4 fouls. There are 5 minutes and 29 seconds left on the clock. It's a very big call because we've seen the quality of play from the point guard really drop off when he's out of the game.
But, Ravi, those back-to-back hard cuts by Arkansas, I said it in the first half about Thomas, I believe. A hungry dog moves. A hungry dog's not just laying around. A hungry dog moves. And if you're in a game like this, you've got to be a hungry dude at every opportunity and be constantly moving. You can't guard yourself, and Arkansas has been really good at that in this second half.
And you would know about a hungry dog.
Yeah, I got 2 of them back home. 2. Rocket and Rue.
Acuff is back in after a prolonged break. We saw him being tended to by the training staff. And again, Gillespie plays with 4 fouls. A lot of dribbling here from Ament. Jump hook, no good.
Wow.
Tipped up and in by Evans.
He has been Tennessee's best player today. I believe that's his 27th point combined in the last 2 games. He only had 18 total prior to the last 2. Or can you get back-to-back stops?
Well, they got a steal there from
Yep.
Gillespie. He's got Boswell with him. Try to create contact, and wow, a late whistle there. And this crowd didn't like it. I think they get it on Thomas.
I just think that's one that's a play on. I mean, Boswell does a good job of stepping through. I take that back. Thomas's left arm was coming down. I can see where you could say he wasn't completely vertical. A 50-50 call that goes Tennessee's way. But again, it's all about can they convert at the strike.
Boswell is 1 of 1, and now
Amazing.
he's 1 of 2.
It's really amazing. Things that will make you as a coach go to a park and talk to the pigeons on the park bench. Missed free throws.
Well, there were years when Cal was at Kentucky. That was a big bugaboo for some of his Wildcat teams, the inability to make free throws, and they have really cost themselves today. 7 for 17. Think that they would try to bring the ball at Gillespie and get him out of the game. He's got 4 fouls. Instead, the 3, too strong. Great offensive rebound, and it was ripped once it came down towards the ground. Boswell with Knox behind him. That's a goaltend off of the backboard.
How about Bishop Boswell? I believe he's the one that got the rip off the offensive rebound by Arkansas, and he brought that thing with force and speed. He got the rip, and that little step through right there in the reverse English, the proper call in Tennessee, hanging in this game, if nothing else, off of grit and toughness.
Yeah, they played terrific. Evans has been a game saver for them.
Or can you keep Acuff out of the paint? There's a huge concern right now for Tennessee. He is so good as a true freshman, making plays. It's about players, not plays right now, Ravi.
See how the motor runs for the kid from Detroit with 4. He launches and bangs it in. Wow.
To my point, that wasn't a lot of offense ran. That was just a player making a play. Man, is that dude good.
We're going to get a foul and a whistle under 4. We'll take a break, and 2 free throws coming up. Everything you wanted here in Arkansas today. 71-66, 2 at the stripe when we come back. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by K, the official partner of couples who love the game. How do you not love Acuff with his 24 today? Love a good heart and soul conversation, but Jimmy has hammered this point, and he's very, very accurate. You can't miss 10 free throws, especially on the road, and expect to walk out with a W.
No, you can't, and some have been front ends of 1-and-1 for Tennessee. With all that said, still a 2-possession game with under 4 to go. Darius Acuff is a star, and I'll stand behind it again. He's a serious threat for freshman of the year in the league and player of the year in the SEC. He is that good, delivering against the biggest opponents this season. When you watch Acuff play, your first question as a coach is, does my first defender bother him? They do not. He's not bothered by your primary defender. He's constantly reading that second and third defender, making plays, sees the game as a veteran for an 18, 19-year-old kid.
He played 32 minutes as the 6'3", 190-pound freshman. In his last 7 games, he's averaged over 20, shooting 44% from 3. And he's having himself an incredible game. 2 of 6 from 3 today, 8 of 14 total, 24 big points. 3-point ball game, 3.5 to go.
Trying to get that NASCAR cut, but Boswell got on top of Acuff and wouldn't let him have it.
The floater, no good. There's that offensive rebound. Ewan was in there. And there are 3 orange players on the ground. How about Malik Ewan sniff for the basketball?
Well, I talked about Ewan has a 17% offensive rebound rate. So when he's on the floor, he's grabbing 17 out of every 100 misses. That's a high rate for a college player, top 20 in the nation. He gets rebounds out of his area. He goes hard with two hands at it. He's a long, active kid.
Five rebounds, 3 of them on the offensive glass.
Arkansas now 21 out of 24 from the line. Man, that's a sign of toughness for me within your team. Stepping up there and trying to close out games from that stripe. But they have been fantastic in that area.
You can start to hear the post-game press conference from Calipari if they hang on and win, raving about Ewan. That's a 5-second violation.
You cannot turn down anybody in your press breaker. Just call timeout. I mean, Tennessee's got 3 to burn, and you got a freshman taking it out. And Rick Barnes couldn't communicate, and that's just understanding the game and having a feel. But you turn down an open guy, and now the 5 count gets even hotter.
Imagine the last time that Nate Amen had a 10-second violation bringing the ball over half court and a 5-second in the same game.
Probably the only time it's happened in his career.
Acuff, that's good hands that time by Evans. They got 3 on the shot clock. Knox puts it up. And he knocked it down. A huge shot from Carter Knox. Ewan, good defense and a rebound. And Arkansas and their fans starting to smell it.
Remember I said a couple of minutes ago, at this stage in the game, it's not plays, it's players. We saw Acuff do it. We just saw Carter Knox make a play as well.
Remember, the 5-second violation, the turnover led to that. Acuff wants it one-on-one, launches. Money! 27 in the game for Acuff.
He is the real deal.
Zubin Mehenti here in the studio. For those of you looking for Colorado, Arizona State, it's airing on ESPN News, and as soon as you guys are done with your SEC opener, it will flip right here to ESPN2. Carl, Jimmy?
We don't want to see it. It's been back and forth and a couple of dagger shots from Knox and Acuff here late. Forced the timeout. Evans bodies it in there, and he'll get a chance for 2 free throws.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. Just guys making play down the stretch. Carter Knox with a short clock gets himself gathered, gets himself on balance, and rises and fires. And then Acuff with the same answer. When he starts dancing with it, you've got to take up his airspace. He gets any crack at all at that rim. He's a 44% three-point shooter.
Another missed free throw for Tennessee.
Ravi, nothing about Darius Acuff says that he's a freshman. How he carries himself in his shoot-around.
Little Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, from Detroit. I like that a lot, but just some guys carry themselves like I'm a go-to guy. That's him.
Ten points under 2, and they were told by Cal, you've got 2 timeouts. Don't be afraid. If we have to use them, to use them.
There'll be games like this all year long again in the SEC. It's not a league that's going to put 14 teams in like this league did a year ago. Probably going to be, it could shrink to 8, could probably grow to 10, maybe 11. It feels like those 1 seeds are most likely going to come out of the UConn, Purdue, Michigan, Arizona type conversation,
sure.
But still a very good league overall. And man, Acuff has just been a tough cover. And he's done it all. He's been a downhill force. He shoots it with ease from 23, 24 feet. He wins those collisions at the rim. He does a good job of getting his own separation. Just his field and overall and his change of speeds can kind of lull you a little bit, but man, he's always a threat to rising fire. And that rise, release, and rotation from 5 in white has been pure money for the Hogs today.
The story right there, 79-69. That graphic that we put up, our producer Sean Jackson had it. The great guards under Coach Calipari, is this the next in line? I mean, is Acuff in that category and conversation?
No, he's already there. And Cal knows how to coach great guards, and that's why you see Acuff with 27 in a game like this. He keeps the game simple. He puts Acuff in ball screens. He runs him through some through action to get him on NASCAR cuts. Simple offense is fast offense, and it's hard to guard, and that's what Cal has done with all these guys. I remember watching Derrick Rose, the very first practice he was at Memphis with Cal. Similar action, just trusting Rose to make plays all the way through the John Walls and now SGA, but Acuff is certainly going to be built into that graphic over the next couple of years.
That's a heck of a conversation to have your name in. He has been special today. 9 of 16 from the floor. He's made 6 of his 7 free throws, 4 assists to go with 4 turnovers. But I tell you one thing, you credit Arkansas, Jimmy. This is sort of, if you bring him here, he will build it. Calipari took him to the Sweet 16, and this place is banged out with no students on campus for a game against Tennessee in what looks like they will win this one.
Ravi, there's not a better home court environment on a packed Saturday than Bud Walton Arena. I'm not saying it's the best, but there's not one better. We've seen them all.
Boswell's 3, short and out of bounds.
Well, Tennessee's had too many turnovers today, 14. I said if they can keep it at 12 or less, they didn't do it. And they continue coming in again, what are they, number 220 in the nation, free throw percentage, and it's only going to drop after today.
I remember having those conversations, whether in the studio or calling games, about some of those teams and how often do you work on them. Can you become a good free throw shooting team when you're not now?
The best way to be a good free throw shooting team is to recruit good free throw shooters. Same way with hard-playing teams. You want to be a
watch.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was what we call a hospital ball, just thrown up there.
That was an SEC free safety coming out of wide receiver.
And he made a name for himself playing high school football, did Gillespie. He was recruited by places like Vanderbilt to play football.
Yeah.
As a senior, he caught like 40 passes for 892 yards. Virginia Tech wanted him. But it's basketball, his true love, and that's why he's doing it. We're going to get Boswell with a foul here, and Barnes is wondering why we were doing that.
I think if you polled SEC coaches on opening Saturday, that preseason poll might look a little different. I think Arkansas would get a lot of votes.
They were 5th.
Yeah, they would get a lot of votes, though, and maybe be your preseason number 1 after non-conference play, because they got all the tools, all the ingredients. You got the Cal factor in Bud Walton Arena. And they have an absolute star in Darius Acuff.
Now with a new career high in points, 28. In 35 minutes.
He played to exhaustion, took himself out, and now comes back in to close out the game.
Made for an environment like this and playing that way as Ament gets into the paint. He's been very quiet with just 9 today. Evans works his way to the basket and rolls it in. He will be the bright light for Tennessee when this one is over. That's going to be a foul on Akpara.
Yeah, Amari Evans hasn't missed a shot in the game. He's 7 out of 7 from the floor. Tennessee's leading scorer, 16 points in 22 minutes. And his role will continue to grow. And in Bud Walton Arena, they start playing good old Rocky Top, just to kind of rub it in a little bit, right? How about that?
They showed the great Dave Van Horn, the baseball coach here. That's a That's a ploy used by baseball teams, you know.
Is it?
Well, when a pitcher is struggling, they'll start playing songs about how he's struggling, using lyrics. Oh, yeah. Not afraid to bring it inside the arena.
It's really a compliment, though, to the great fight song and the Tennessee Vols, good old Rocky Top.
Amen got fouled, and he will have a chance to get into double figures as Brazil will pick it up.
We got to win your home games, man, in any conference. The toughest conference is the one that you're a coach in, and the magic formula is to win them all at home and go on the road and try to win half of them. You do that, man, you're in great shape in a league like the SEC, the Big 12, the Big 10. And Arkansas is going to get off to a good start on their home floor.
Amen's got 10. Full slate of men's conference matchups continues tonight. The SEC Network has a good one, too, on the ESPN app. Mississippi State will take on Texas at 6 Eastern time. And then Florida, number 22, and Missouri and Columbia. It's the impact that those three guards had on Florida in the national championship team, and now trying to survive without them like every other team tries to survive when you lose guys.
Florida is the worst three-point shooting team in the conference coming out of non-conference, but they're still a real threat with that front line. And you and I will see Texas at Tennessee Tuesday night. And we'll get our eyes on Alabama next Saturday. Man, did they look good today in their opener against Kentucky.
Yeah, you talk about a tough place to play. That team at home, their three-point shooting today was on point. Amen elevates. That's the shot you figure you're going to see a lot more of as this season goes on. Nobody can block that. That is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he went right at Trevin Brazil. He's going to learn. And there's just some guys are on a different path than others. And Nate Ament, he hasn't had the Cameron Boozer, A.J. Devonsa, Koa Pete non-conference, but this kid is still extremely talented. He's high on the draft boards. He's only going to get better. He's a five-star talent and a five-star kid, and those kind of guys, Ravi, they get better January, February, and March. That's what he did as a high school senior. He was not one of the top 20 guys to start the senior year, but he kind of grew into that. But tough sled today for Tennessee against a very good, a very physical Arkansas team. That now Arkansas 35 rebounds in the game to Tennessee only 33. That's the story. They held up that will and fight that Cal talked about all morning long.
10 blocks against 2 for Tennessee. Yeah. Tennessee's terrific with their height. And the free throw shooting has obviously been a big story. Get to see Isaiah Joe's name here back 2018. Most points by a freshman. And again, in a conference loaded with great freshmen, to win the SEC Freshman of the Week 3 weeks in a row.
No doubt.
He may very well get it for a fourth. And Berg picks up the foul. They are moving Berg to play defense, and Gillespie will come on in for the offense. But
you know, the other thing about Darius Acuff, I've never seen him do anything other than just play ball.
Loves it.
He's not a talker. Yeah. You know, he doesn't celebrate big plays. He doesn't drop his head when he has a bad play. He's just a very steady, consistent, calm the waters, explosive guard. Easy to see why he was the number 7 overall player in last year's high school class and the number 1 point guard.
It's very easy to get overshadowed by Acuff. And Thomas, once again, is going to have 17 and maybe 18 points in the game. And Acuff's going to get most of the attention. But another very good game from Malik Thomas.
When you start talking about the best freshman guard combo to ever come through Arkansas,
this is it, right?
It's probably going to start with these two right here.
Yeah.
And there have been some great guards come through here, but not like these two cats, how they've delivered in big games.
Calipari and Barnes,
great friends
at midcourt. And they are now tied when it comes to number of victories in their careers, each with 846. Arkansas protects home court. They win it 86-75. And as active Division I coaches go, nobody's got more victories than these two guys. Our final score, 86-75 for Jimmy Dykes. John Jackson, our producer, Mike Griffin, our director. I'm Carl Ravitch saying so long. We head to Tempe, Arizona. Dave Pash and Sean Farnham. Enjoy the game, everybody.